Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play. I was gonna say Legend of Zelda, but that is not correct. This is actually New Super Mario Bros. DS, and yep, in the last episode, we completed the first part of World 5, and now we're gonna complete the rest of World 5, even though the rest of World 5 is only like 4 episodes, but that's okay. We're gonna be heading down to this lower part first, which, as usual, consists of the lettered, alternate levels. Ironically, though, just like the other pathway, this pathway is actually rather similar in terms of enemies, in that we'll actually run into those little shell, pointy not unicorns, these things right here. We'll run to them and we'll still get kicked in the butt by them. Jeez, I hate these guys. But we'll run to those, and then we'll also run into the punching box ghost dudes in the next episode, or the next level. So, interesting that no matter what you do, you can't really avoid those guys unless you just avoid this world altogether, which is, of course, possible using cannons, but cannons are for pussies. Yes, that's right, I just said that there. That's how it's gonna go. However, I guess spoilers for this level. This has a secret. It also happens to have a secret exit, which will lead to the other pipe in this one. This world actually has 2 pipes for skipping levels, which I guess technically, if you use the pipe, that also means you skip on the boxing ghost at least. So I guess my previous statement was partly untrue, so I retract part of it. But either way, you still have to fight these guys. These guys are annoying. The box ghosts are cool. I like hanging out with the box ghosts. They're really fun, though, with the boxer ghosts. You guys know what I mean. Easy life right here, by the way, which is always a good thing. Ooh, free lives are always good, even if you have 99 of them, you can't get any more. Those lives, where are those lives going? One would think Mario would hopefully be saving all these lives for the poor children in the slums of the Mushroom Kingdom, but we all know that Mario's a greedy bastard. He's probably selling his lives on the black market for extra rounds of spaghetti. We all know that is probably the case. But anyway, in order to get the secret level, or the secret exit of this secret level, you actually need, this is one of the very few instances that you actually need a shell, which, as you can see, I don't have at the moment. As you saw earlier, I have a mini mushroom at the moment, which is what I was trying to get a shell earlier at the item house, but unfortunately it's not what I got. I will have to go back and get that at some point, though. So for now, we're going to actually finish the level. I actually had forgotten up until this point that it was the level secret exit, so, that with the shells. So as you can see, I'm going to be going back in a sec, and I'll show where the secret exit is, and then I'm going to have to go get myself a shell, and all will be fine and dandy. But that's the regular exit. I mean, switching it up a little bit, getting the regular exit first, that's perfectly a-okay. So we're going to go ahead in here, and as you're going to see in a second, you end up, well, the secret exit actually happens to be at the very end of the level. You do wall jump here. However, instead of going on the upper path, you go on the upper path. That's where there's actually a little hidden pathway right up here. Whereas you're going to see we need the shell. So, start return to map is the best way, obviously, to get out there. Sliding, pressing B instead of A, because the wrong buttons all the time. That is the way to use LuckySevenDX, apparently. But I'm going to go head back to World 4, which happens to have a few item houses here. I'm going to make good use of them in order to get, the rest of these, to get the items, That's why you save the item houses. You don't use all of them. They're really handy. Just keep around in case you're like, hey, I need a shell, and, you'll have a few attempts to get a shell. I mean, it's not too hard to time yourself, so I don't think you usually need more than 1 or 2 of them. I mean, that being said, if you can't get one, just go into any level that has one of the item blocks, and just those little rotating item blocks. Good ones off the top of my head are the Ghost House in World 3. I think it's World 3, as well as 3-1 also have levels like that. Or you can also get the question mark box / hammer bros. Obviously, question mark blocks are preferable, and just do those until you get a blue shell, and that will be another way to do it. But then you have to keep it throughout the whole level, which is kind of a bit of a pain. Obviously, it's best to use the shell, which we're going to do right now. So we use the shell, and that's going to easily get us to the secret exit, and all will be fine and dandy. Not really. I mean, the secret exit really only leads us to the end of the world, which obviously isn't going to really help us much here. But this is actually a decently easy life to get at least. So yep, there we go. Easy life, and hey, blue shell. I don't think we've seen a blue shell in a while. Earlier in the LP, we've tended to get a blue shell quite a lot, but in the last few episodes, I can't recall getting one, or at least in the past, 1 or 2. Interesting. But this will lead us to the pipe, which will lead us over here, which will lead us to the end of the world, but we don't care about that. We're not going to the end of the world. This is not the end of the world. It is simply it's actually not even close to the end of the world. But I'm actually going to take this opportunity to go back to the item house and pick myself up a mini mushroom, because that's going to be handy later in this world / beginning of next world. There are opportunities to get mini mushrooms, so if I happen to get one there, that'll make things a little bit easier. But otherwise, it's just going to be handy to have a mini mushroom at this point. I can't recall if you need a blue shell anymore in this game. I'm probably mistaken. There's probably 1 or 2 other points, but as far as I know, we're going to be relying more on mini mushrooms than blue shells at this point, which is why I like to tend to have those instead of blue shells. because they tend to have a lot more mini mushroom passages than they do blue shell passages. That's just the way it sort of works. I mean, the mini mushroom is solely there for, you know, being a mechanic like that, you know, just for getting secrets. There's not really any other purpose to the mini mushroom whatsoever. I mean, it's not gonna help your combat prowess. In fact, it hurts your combat prowess. And of course the blue shell can be a bit more helpful, even though you have all the platforming. It's not necessarily the most ideal power-up. It's not like your freaking propeller mushrooms that are broken as hell. Those things were awesome, and unfortunately they're not in this game. Anyway, so we can see the box ghosts are back. I should probably look up the name. I'm pretty sure they're just Boxer. I think they're just called something. I think it's literally just like that simple, or some play of the word Boxer. The blue shell's gonna be kind of would have been kind of handy. Except that, guys, no. Oh goodness, can I just Okay, well, basically what we need to do is we need to use Mr. Punch Ghost over here to get through there here, because ground pounding will not work actually. As I think I showed off, all those other blocks are actually like the hidden question mark blocks, which means we can't get them by ground pounding. So yes, we're gonna have to go ahead and right there we go. See, so they're coin blocks. They're coin blocks. What I said? Like, I don't even know what I said. They're coin blocks, so that's the point. So you're going to need to use the punch ghost to get those, or a shell. These shells would work fine as well. So that's also another alternative to what we're doing. This is a very interesting level. All the star coins here are actually kind of tricky to get. Like, that one's decently tricky to get. It's a pretty hard level as well because, well, spoilers for the future. You need to keep a form of Big Mario for later, and you also need to not kill that guy because you need him to get the star coin. I'm just gonna kill myself. Just freaking idiot. Stupid Starman betrayed me. Also, here's how not to get the secret. Don't kill the punch ghost. That's also a bad idea. Killing punch ghost means you really can't get that too easily. So you know what? Suicide again. Why not? Well, today is a day where Mario ends his own life many times. He's paying back for the world. What if we should be getting all those one-ups back as interest, but as you can see, you do lose that guy if you go too far, but however, probably the best way to get this if you just don't want to brute force it like we did before, which you don't want to do. You want to keep it the big Mario, and power-ups are kind of scarce in this level, so let's stop derping around here. Stop derping around, Lucky, but go back here and he'll respawn, just as long as you don't kill him. And then you can use him to get through there, and then you can go ahead and kill him because he's no longer any use to you. Well, we'll just leave him alive. He's a cool guy, Punch Ghost. He's a cool guy. But we'll skip ahead a little bit, back to the Starman. And, well, just this time we're just not going to kill this guy. We're just going to sort of hang out over here. So we'll wait for the Starman to wear off. Really, I should probably have gotten the Star Coin before I got this, but just checking to see if there's anything hidden up there. There's not. Oh, wait, there is. Wow, there's a 1-up, and the 1-up's gone. Well, shit. Anyway, take the Buzzy Beetle and use it to get the Star Coin. Pretty simple. Really the only way I can think of to get it. Whoa. Wall jumps, they save lives. Again. Anyway, midway point, alright, and this is the point where basically, well, you can skip most of the level, and actually I'm going to skip the rest of the level, but what you need to do to make the third Star Coin is you need to clear those blocks out there, which is why you need a form of Big Mario. And then you can actually spawn a little beanstalk thing here and climb up to a secret area. Excellent. And this secret area itself is a kind of interesting puzzle. There's a little box, there's a little punch ghost up here, and you have to bring him down here, and then you have to not kill him. Jeez, don't do that, Lucky. Don't freaking kill Punch Ghost. He was a nice person. Then before the thing runs out, you bring him over here, get the star coin, cook yourself some coins, and kill this guy because he's a jerk face. And then we can go ahead and end the level. This is actually going to take us right to the end here. So right down here, and there we have it. Didn't get life, really? Really? Oh well, 8,000 points, because the points matter. The points are important. Not really. Alright, next level. It's an interesting level, though. There's some really tricky star coins in that one. I don't know. I've always found that one pretty amusing. But this is World 5-4, and we're going to be... well, we can also grab some lives, I guess, at this point as well. Not a bad idea to go get some lives. We did commit suicide a few times. I actually probably should save this for later in the world, but you know what? We're going to take it now. Why not? Let's see if I can get a ton of lives this time. I haven't gotten like, a ton of lives in a while. I had like so many lives early in the game, and then like later on all these life houses are like, get 2, which is honestly what you're normally gonna get. You don't tend to get that many lives from this. But well, so far so good. Whoa, oh well, this is hey, we got all of them. Not a perfect score, but I'll take 10 lives. That's perfectly good, even though I only need 2. So 8 of those lives just went to waste. You could have given those 8 lives to Luigi, which by the way, I've been getting a lot of comments about how basically, in case you guys don't know, Luigi is obviously a playable character in this game. Well, it's not really obvious, but there's very few Mario games where he's not at least a secret playable character. So for those of you who've been like leaving comments on my videos telling me how to get that, I'm not gonna worry about that till after the game. It's part of the extras. So don't worry about that. I'm playing as Mario. That's because it's New Super Mario Bros. It's not New Super Luigi Bros. What is this, Luigi's Mansion? No. He's not in the title, so he's not going to be played till the extras, because he's an extra. Also, because the game doesn't tell you how to get him until after you beat the game. So, it kind of doesn't seem right to be doing someone who you technically wouldn't know how to do in an LP. So, no Luigi for now. We'll do him later. This level, I love this level. This is definitely one of my favorite levels in the game, just because it's such a stupid reason why I like this level. It's solely due to the little sound effects the mushrooms make as they go up and down. Like, obviously red mushrooms go up and the yellow ones go down, but just the sound effects are they just amuse me so much. It's a stupid reason to like this level, but it's why I like it anyway. So it's like, okay, well that's fine, you know. That'll be the reason. Why not? Interesting little section here. You'd think you'd need the mini mushroom in order to get this star coin, but actually you don't. So I'm not gonna waste my mini mushroom on this. I'm actually gonna go around here. And there's a Koopa right here. If you get up there just fast enough, you can throw that over there, and if you hear that little noise, that means you got yourself a star coin. Excellent. You got yourself a midway point as well, which is also good. Can you use the flower? Yep. Flower power. And yeah, it's just an interesting level. You know, obviously, a lot of these mushroom levels have very interesting mechanics, and just the sound effects just amuse me so much. So, in the end, I just like this level as well. I also like how if you sort of like jump on it, if you make another one go down as another one's going down, it continues the sound effect in case you get even lower or higher, if it's vice versa. I think there's a life there. You need to take a shell and throw it down there, obviously, though, which I didn't because I'm an idiot. And that's okay. Easy star coin to get here, although don't try to get from below. You cannot, because there's hidden coin blocks here, invisible coin blocks. Spurn of the Mario player. Spurn, is that a word? Scourge? I think I was supposed to be saying Scourge, and it came out as Spurn. Also, that Koopa, how the hell did that Koopa die all the way there? But anyway, we get a little section over here with the, where you're, there we go, there's a little example of how it gets really high or really low. Like, it's really high. It's like such a high-pitched noise, I love it. But yeah, pretty simple level, pretty quick level, and that will be the end of it. So we're pretty much wrapping up World 5 here pretty quickly. Despite it being a snow and ice world, well, there's more snow and ice physics earlier in the level, or earlier in the world, like in the first episode. In this episode, there really isn't that many, that isn't that much to do with snow or ice physics besides the first level we did. And if the castle really doesn't have anything to do with ice mechanics. Well, I think it does. Does it have some ice sections? Yeah, it does have some ice sections, but for the most part, well, I guess it is a little bit. Once again, like World 2, if you guys have seen the world map, this level connects to both World 6 and World 7, which does mean, just like World 2, you actually have to fight the boss twice, once with normal and once with a mini mushroom. So that's why we needed one of the mini mushrooms. However, you can actually find a mini mushroom in this world. It's not as easy as the one in World 2, but it's still it's not horribly hard, so you don't have to waste a mini mushroom here. So I'm gonna try not to waste it. I'll do it the normal way first, though, and then we'll have to come back here and do a mini mushroom version of the boss as well. So, that explains why this castle is like a good 7 minutes long, or 6 minutes, or something like that. Anyways, the second star coin, you actually use this spring here. It's kind of a bit interesting. This level is very conveyor belt based. This is the mechanic of this level, and you know, they always have to have a conveyor belt level. Don't throw the spring away, you goddamn idiot. Well, there's at least a respawn, so just need time to jump here, and there's a giant dry bones. That thing's huge. What the hell? Jeez, that is a humongous dry bones. Now we can make the spring respawn one more time, because you actually want to take the spring with you for a later star coin. So carry this throughout the rest of the level if you can. Usually a pretty good idea to do so. It's one of the ways I like to get this star coin. Although it is entirely possible to get it without, the spring does make it a little bit easier. So it did take a hit there. It's not a big deal. I'm sure there's a power up right here. Yeah, usually where there's a midway point, there's a power up. As you can see, there's a little block there though. Instead of having a blue shell, this one actually has a mini mushroom. So using that, if you time it right, you can get a mini mushroom pretty easily. Not a bad idea to do in order to get the secret. I guess technically a secret world would be a World 7, because you know you have to get a secret matter. But that is using that mini mushroom like that, unless you want to use an item house, probably the best way to go ahead and get your mini mushroom to get to World 7. Anyways, so we want to get in this block. The spring will help you do that a lot, although you can just run and jump up there. It's possible to get there from that ledge on the right. And then from here, you want to. It's a bit of a tricky jump. You have to wall jump on the there's like you can just barely wall jump up here, and you can get on top of here. Now, if you need to get on top of here, because this is actually how you get the 3rd star coin. Very tricky star coin to get. Like, it's just that very little hole in order to get up there. It's just really tricky. Unless there's an easier way to get up there that I just have completely neglected all these years, which is perfectly possible because, you know, I don't necessarily notice everything at once. But because especially when I already know a way to do it, I mean, I just tend to stick to that way. But anyway, it's Petey freaking Piranha. That's right. You think we saw him in Partners in Time? He's a douchebag back then. He's a douchebag now. So we're gonna take him down once again, Nemesis. But he's actually not that hard of a boss. He'll fly right up on top. You see, you do have ice physics to worry about, and eventually he'll fall. You do want to not get hit by him though, because if he falls without hitting you, then he'll slip on the ice, fall down. That'll give you your opportunity to jump on his mouth. Now, jumping on his mouth back in Partners in Time hurt us. Now it doesn't. Shenanigans, Petey. Make up your mind whether or not your mouth hurts us or not if you jump on it. Then again, it probably should hurt us. I mean, it is freaking teeth. But in this context, it works. Now he's got to bounce around here. I get really lucky there. If he did one more bounce, he would have definitely hit me there. But once you do that, he'll just fall down one more time, and he's really not that hard of a boss. So there we go. Petey is down. You are not nearly as annoying as you were in Partners in Time. How could you take... Like, in this game, he takes 3 jumps. In that game, he took like 50. And he was perfectly fine. He took like 50 of those. He took like 50 jumps in one attack and was perfectly fine. I wonder how many hits an average boss in Partners in Time takes. Probably like a good 100 or so at least. But that's going to be World 6. And of course, we're not done with Petey yet, because we need to go back and beat him with a mini mushroom, which is harder, but not... it's not really... I'd say actually Mummy Pokey's probably the harder of the 2 bosses, mini mushroom bosses. Petey isn't that bad. I mean, for the most part, you just fight him the same way you did before, and being mini doesn't really impact it more than... Except for the ground pound. Which is easier to ground pound him because he's a much bigger target than Mummy Pokey was. And also, holy crap, I almost died. Wow, that was close, and I died again. Obviously, if I'm cutting the video this early in the episode, you know I'm just going to die, because I'm not going to cut it that early. So just, well, obviously, well, like I just said, you know I'm going to die. Oh, death, 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 how annoying. But anyway, this is, just going to go ahead and pick up a mini mushroom here. Come on, mini mushroom. Come on, come on. Yes. Yes! Got it on my first try! That was actually my first try. It was not any shenanigans. There was not any recording shenanigans right there. That was legit first try. I have by this point, after playing this game so many times, I have the time down pretty well on those blocks. I mean, I obviously screwed up. I saw I screwed up the item house last episode, but for now, I mean, for doing this, I mean, I tend to be pretty decent at getting what I want from there. It's a handy skill to have. It definitely makes some of the tedium of this game a lot easier. You know, a lot of the power-up tedium. Which, it's not necessarily good that, you know, you use power-ups so much, but that's how it's always been in Mario since, like, Super Mario Bros. 3. You know, your power being important for fighting secrets. Anyways, just make sure he doesn't crush you with, as he falls down or as he does that. And he really is not that much of a challenge. The Mini Mario's floatiness almost makes him easier, because you can really use wall jumps to your advantage if you need to. Just to get around him and over him and past him and prevent him from falling on top of you. And just watch out for this. This is probably the hardest part, is just slipping. If you make one wrong move, will just kill you. And that's not a good thing. So all you need to do is hit it one more time, and that will be it for the episode, guys. So next episode, I'm kind of getting a bit ahead of myself. Let's end the episode by not being able to talk. Next episode, we are going to be heading to World 6, not World 7. World 6 being the crazy, like, land mountain level. You know, your typical land mountainish sort of level. They always have one of those, like, you know, Cocoa Mountain and all that crazy shenanigans. And then World 7 will be your typical sky level, because you always have to have a sky level as well. But first, World 6, and that will be happening next time, guys. So this is LuckySevenDX signing out. World 5 is complete. No more snow and ice physics, thank goodness. In the next episode, I love this world. This is maybe my favorite world in the game, so I'm really excited for this. So I will see you guys next time where we start that. Goodbye, guys.